Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream, Sucromon week. So I'm Shannon, I'm at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Daryl, at Darzoo on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Joey, at JWonderl on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Vivian, at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forums.
Cool, so does someone want to explain what we're doing this week? Someone who was here yesterday.
Okay, I can do it. So we are starting our journey of making a monster catching game, but in our world, the monsters are all like sweets and like yummy things. And so at the core, one of the main things of catching monsters is you have to catch them. So we started that yesterday. And so what we have so far is we have like a battle screen that gets triggered, and you can have two Sucromon, and it says like text letting you know what's happening, and then you have your Sucromon coming out, and then you have 4 options for what you can do when you're doing the battle. So you can fight the Sucromon, you can catch it to add it to your collection, you can switch between your current one and other one, or you can run away. And then we also implemented switching between the menu items with that donut. Maybe donut's going to be there forever, maybe not. And then but we haven't assigned anything for these items. So lots of potential to be done.
Awesome, thank you, Vivian. So you can see we have the screen, 2 Sucromon, they fight, and then these options. So today, I think we're going to start filling out some of these options. So I think what we have is, where are the event listeners for the, zoom out a little bit. Cool. So here you can see when you press up, down, left, right, you move the battle menu selection, and that is conveniently right here. And so that sets this selected menu item to, whichever menu item right now is selected. And fight menu item is a sprite.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So we create sprite menu item, fight. All right. So in that case, I'm going to add another event listener. So if you press the A button, that will be selecting, clicking on whichever menu item is currently highlighted. And then I'm just going to add a big if statement that just sort of checks which one you have selected. So if it equals switch, run, and I guess I'll do these in the order that we have them sort of on the screen. So this is going to be if you've selected the fight. Otherwise, if you've selected, this is going to be catch, switch menu item, and the last one, the only option left is run. Cool. And then for each of these, I'm going to make a function. And so let's see. Cool. And I'll make one called and one more for running. All right, so here's our 4 functions, and we're just going to call them inside each of these, in the appropriate place. So if you press A while you've selected the fight menu item, then we are going to fight. Otherwise, you can try to catch your Sucromon, or you can switch between Sucromon, or you can run. And in each of these, so let's just very quickly grab out our sprite.say block to see if things are working, and the cursor, I guess? Is that the donut? Yes. Yes, perfect. So the cursor here is the donut. So I'm just going to have the cursor say that it is selecting, you know. Cool. So let's switch, fight, and run. All right. And if we try this out. Cool. So now if I hit catch, run, switch, fight. Perfect. So right now we know which menu item we've selected, but we aren't doing anything yet. So which one to start with? I guess I could start laying out this switch screen, and then we'll, yeah. So inside the switch function. Which of these is
the simplest?
Sorry?
Which of these is the simplest?
So run is straightforward, I think, but run is just you leave this battle and you go back into like the outside world. So I think that maybe requires the outside world to exist, which we haven't done yet. We could do catch, I guess, or fight. Fight is maybe the most self-contained of these.
Yeah.
So
then you have to do moves.
Yes, the move screen. So yeah, I guess let's add another screen. So I think we'll need that for switch and fight both, I guess. So so when you click fight, then you'll get the option. Does it immediately attack, or will you have an option to pick moves? What do you guys think?
I think pick moves, right? That's
sure
my
opinion.
opinion.
Eventually, but maybe for now we can just make it attack.
That's true.
Okay.
Until
Cool.
we decide on a move set.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So when you hit fight, then your Donutso is going to attack this caker, and that's going to reduce the HP by some amount, and then the caker will have a turn afterwards, right, to attack you back. And then you'll be able to decide at this point, I want to keep fighting, or it's not looking good, I want to run, or I want to catch. So cool. So inside this fight function, we are going to, let's see. So we'll want to, right now, Donutso and Caker. Great. And Caker has an attached HP bar. Each one has its attached HP bar. Cool. Is the HP saved on the Sucromon in any way right now?
It's attached to the Sucromon, yeah. So you can, if you go to the status bars extension.
Yes, I can. Oh, sweet. Yeah, okay. So I can grab the status bar that is currently attached to the sprite. Cool. So let's start by just having the attack button reduce the Caker HP in some way. So I'm going to say status bar, change status bar value. So status bar kind health attached to the Caker, and we're going to change the value by 10 now. So, all right. If we run this,
-10.
What am I changing? The value.
Negative.
Sorry?
Should it be -10?
Yes, -10. Oh. All So the kicker is 20 HP total. And it looks like it's doing it no matter which, what am I doing? Catch menu item.
There might be a bug where it first starts out on catch. The
Oh,
cursor. Right.
I see. But it actually has selected fight.
Yeah. We never reset where the cursor should start.
So selected, so it sets it to fight here. And then if battle menu is open. Okay, well, we'll leave that for now. Cool. And 10 seems like a lot, so I'm gonna make this like. And then once you attack, then the caker will have a turn. So I think I want these to happen each sort of, like I only want the caker to attack after the donutso has attacked. So I'm going to use this queue story part extension. And queuing a story part just guarantees that everything inside the story part happens before any code, afterwards. So I'll do this, and then I'll change the status bar catch the donutso also by 3. So if we do this, then we should see first the caker's HP go down, and then donutso's HP go down. Go to fight. Nope.
Maybe it happens too fast.
Status bar. Yeah, let me add a pause, I guess, after. I can't tell.
100 milliseconds is really fast, right?
This is true. Yeah. Let me make a bigger pause. Do a second. There we go. Cool. And so the other thing that would be nice for this fight screen, I guess, is some kind of like animation where like maybe the Sucromon goes across the screen at the other one, or like there's an effect of some kind. I don't know. What do you guys think would be a good indicator of attack?
Would it be good to be like boom?
Like an explosion?
No, like movement. Like it's ramming in. Yeah.
I'm sort of imagining like one goes over and sort of like boops the other one and then goes back. You might be able to do that with just the bob in place to the right and left or something like that.
Or the ease right and then ease left.
Right. I think
yeah,
ease right and ease left don't return to where they were though, do they? Anyway, we can try it.
Yeah, let's. So if I go to extensions, we have this, I just clicked on it, but there's an animation extension. It's green. If you click on it, it will load a new drawer in your toolbox that is animation. And that adds all of these cool animation blocks. So we're just going to try and animate a little bit. So let's see. I'm going to animate the donutso with ease right, loop off. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, for now, disable these animations. So I'm just going to immediately, let's see, my Sucromon. I think this should be okay. Let me see if that breaks anything. Ah, the enemy one. So we're going to start just by showing everything, and we'll add this dialogue back in when we're done testing. So now, there it goes. So maybe if I ease right and then I ease back, it'll cycle. All right. Hey.
That looks so good. It worked out.
Cool. So if I animate the donut so with ease right, and while it's animating, I pause. So we don't want to be able to do anything while your Sucromon is animating. And then we animate it back. So we ease left again to return it to its original position and also pause while that's happening. Cool. So I think I could put this in a function. I don't really know if it's worth it because it'll be in the opposite direction for this. Oh, actually, I think the thing I do want to do is I want to edit this function so that it takes two sprites. And it'll be Sucromon and enemy.
No.
So
No.
instead of, huh?
No, I'm just sad it's the enemy.
Oh,
No, it's okay, Shannon. We already established that's the enemy before.
Cool. So instead of using the caker, because you could be fighting, you could be attempting to capture any species of wild Sucromon. We're just going to be using this general wild one, and when we call the function, we'll pass in which Sucromon we want to fight and animate. So I'm going to replace all of these Donutsos with my Sucromon, and then I'm going to copy this function when we're fighting the caker, actually. So I want to change the status bar at the end, after the animation. Here. Damages, and then goes back. Cool. And I think eventually we'll want this number to also be passed in, or maybe pulled from the Sucromon based on the move. So here, instead of animating the Sucromon, I want to animate the wild Sucromon. Cool. And instead of easing left and right, I'm going to reverse the direction. So first go left, then go right. Cool. So, and then obviously where I call this function, I'm going to need to pass in. So for now, my Sucromon is the Donutso, the other one is the caker. Cool. So say click fight, we attack, and there's another. Cool. I think maybe I want these to be slightly shorter so it doesn't go all the way over the other. And I guess I could put this in a variable since we're using it in many places. I'll just add it at the top of this function for now. Since we want all of these animation times to be synced up, we're going to use a variable, and that'll make it easier to adjust the length of the animation as we're going to. So let me take a quick look here. Okay, so I think it went the same distance, just faster. That's all right. Is there anything else we want to do, like screen shake, some kind of effect for the fight? Or
maybe when it attacks you with the screen shake, it's like, oh no.
Ooh.
Or would that get old?
Let me do, okay, so when it attacks you, let's do a very short one and see how that goes. So 2 pixels for 200 milliseconds. You attack them, screen shakes a tiny bit. What's that? very subtle.
It's cute. Are we worried about the HP bar moving with it?
Yeah, you're right. I don't think the HP bar should, but
I think it's nice. I don't know.
Okay.
Or it's not bad. Particularly.
Okay.
I'm open to either way. Just curious what everybody thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave it for
Fixing
now.
that would be tricky, right?
Yeah, I think you'd have to separate them and then reattach when it comes back.
Yeah.
There's no concept of a status bar that's attached but not moving, right? Yeah.
No. Yeah. No.
All right.
But
That's
actually,
fine.
detach and reattach would probably leave everything just fine. But yeah,
Is
seems
there
like a
detach?
finishing touch thing. I
There's
believe there
attach.
is.
Undefined.
Okay, yeah, let's leave that for now. And then maybe later when we do, like, I don't know, if we want to spice up the animation, we can do something with these status bars. Cool. So that's the attack sequence. Let's see. Then I guess we should, I think these Sucromon have stats, right? HP.
They will eventually have stats.
It
You
will
can add
eventually
stats.
have stats. Yeah, let me add one that is just like attack, I guess. And then how does that sound? Or yeah, okay. So I'm gonna add a number, and it's gonna be attack. So this is our function for create Sucromon, and we call it for creating both the Donutso and the Caker. So that's convenient. And then I'm going to use our sprite data. So inside sprites, we have this data section down here, and it just saves extra properties onto the sprite. So I'm going to set the new Sucromon to the number we've passed in, which is attack. So let's say our Donutso does 5 and this Caker does 3. And now, instead of doing -3 for both, we're actually just going to read the attack value off of this Sucromon. So go back to this sprite data section. I have a round block that is item data as number, and that will grab the value from the sprite. And I also want it to be negative, so I'm going to do 0 minus. And change, right, so we want, we grab the Sucromon's attack value as a number, and then we do 0 minus to get negative that. So you subtract you're reducing the HP by the attack. And then here we want the wild Sucromon's attack value. Cool. So now if we run it, we should see that our Donutso does a little bit more damage than the Caker does.
Nice.
So that's 5, and that's only 3. Cool. And then, am I missing anything important for attack, do you guys think? Any other?
I think it's fine.
Seems good.
Okay, cool. I'll leave this for now. So I think next I'm going to do the catch, I guess.
Wait, I have a question.
Oh, yes.
What if our Pokemon or our Sucromon aren't Donutso and Caker? Should we deal with that case?
Sure. Like, so I could do the switch screen, and that would maybe force us to like generalize which Sucromon we're attacking with. If that, or is there a different area that you think?
I was thinking maybe like, because I think we have a variable that's like, is battle menu. Oh, well, I'm just like, okay, so there's a function where it's like my Sucromon, enemy Sucromon, start battle. Should we pipe that in
Oh.
when we're handling this?
Yes. My Sucromon. Show or hide
Or should we
enemy.
make like global variables that are like, this is what it is right now, and we can check those?
Yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Since we also have a global like selected menu item, I think inside this start battle, we're just going to set, like Vivian said, we're going to set global variables that are, the Sucromon that you currently have active and out for fighting, and then the current enemy Sucromon also. So if that sounds reasonable, unless open to other ideas also.
I was waiting to see if you were gonna pipe the functions through, and I was super excited about that. But this is the way I would do it.
Oh, you mean like pipe the functions through here? Or
I don't know how it would be done.
Oh.
Because it was like button fast, so I thought I would find a MakeCode trick or something. This is the trick.
All right, so when you start a battle, you set the current and enemy Sucromon. I should rename this. Other Sucromon. Well, those can be adjusted later as well. Cool. So when you press the A button, you start a fight, and you fight your current one with the. I guess we don't even really need to pass in the Sucromon that we're fighting, since we're setting it globally. In this case, we can use the global variables. I'll leave it this way for now. And cool. So then let's see. So maybe I'll do switch, and we can see if this like current Sucromon thing works with switching between different Sucromon. So here's our fight function. Pull down our switch. So when you switch, I guess it'll pop open like a different screen that has maybe your team, and then you can pick which Sucromon you want to select from that team. So let's see. I'm going to start battle. I'm going to create a global variable for now that is just team, and it's going to be an array of different Sucromon. I'm going to make this an empty array. And create a different Sucromon. So let's start with 2. What do we have? That's a dessert. Do we have a name for this guy? We can come up with a better name later. Cool. So, and I'm going to rename this variable to be mon team. Great. And I think we should also start this guy off as invisible. What do you think? Should we store the team as the actual sprites, or should we store them as like something different, like a sprite with less stuff on it?
Why wouldn't we store it as a sprite?
No real reason, I guess. Sprite seems fine. I guess you also do want to see like the name and the HP when you're selecting your team members, so that is
That just
useful.
holds everything.
Cool. All right. So then the other thing I want to do is once I've created the Sucromon, I want it to be invisible. So I'm going to actually set it to a variable.
Yeah, we might just be able to get away with moving the show or hide code into the create Sucromon and just assume that we don't show them at first until we show them.
Ooh, yeah. Let's see. So we have this show or hide Sucromon that sets everything attached to the Sucromon as invisible. So yeah. And this function is right now only called here, right? In these two places?
And also where we show it down.
No, also here.
Yeah.
But if we just set it to hide it at first, so pass it with true, it'll set it as invisible to start with, and we can make it visible whenever we need it.
Cool, yeah, that is reasonable. So right now, when we create a Sucromon, it starts out as visible. So instead, we're going to immediately default all of our Sucromon to invisible initially. So we're going to call show or hide new Sucromon false. So it's invisible, and then in here, since we are already calling show or hide, then it should be...
I think we want to pass true, but that is a very misleading name for a function.
Oh,
Right.
Yes, should hide, right. All right, there we go. Cool. So we're showing these, and we're hiding Coney, who we've just created. So then inside our switch, we're going to, let me see. We want a new screen that shows every Sucromon in your team. So to start with, I'm going to go through each Sucromon in the Sucromon team. Where is here? And I'm going to show it, so everything will be visible for now. Functions. So show or hide Sucromon, and then this is should hide, so we're going to set should hide to false. So it's showing. Cool. So now switch. Cool. There's Sucromon, and then Donutso, who is currently fighting, is also visible. And then I guess I'm going to. I want to hide all of our. So we have this is battle menu open variable, which is.
Quick suggestion.
Yes.
Which is that. Is there any penalty to switching?
Is there any penalty to
Because
switching?
I'm thinking that you could just, each time you hit switch, it could just move you, could just rotate your current Sucromon one. Then you wouldn't need to show all of them at once, and you wouldn't need to hide anything.
There is usually a penalty to switching in that you lose your turn. So the enemy attacks.
So maybe
if you to take over the highest power type thing.
Maybe if you click switch once, then all the other menu options get grayed out, but you can keep switching until you reach the one you want. I don't know. I'm just thinking of ways to make it a little bit simpler instead of having to, show a big grid of them all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me try this also. Okay, wait. So the other thing, I guess, is the concept of the enemy having a turn. So instead of, so I guess, Joey, what you're saying is after we try to do any one of these things, then the enemy should get to attack us, right? And does the enemy ever run, or do they always attack?
Sometimes they run, depending on the Sucromon.
Okay. Wild Sucromon. So instead of having the enemy attack after we select fight, we're just going to move this into a function. So here, and instead of doing this, we know that our enemy Sucromon right now is called other Sucromon. So we're going to animate the other Sucromon. This animation time. And we're also going to change the status bar of your Sucromon, whichever one is currently selected. Current Sucromon by the other Sucromon's attack. And I'm also just going to move this up to the on start so that it is always defined. The way up. Cool. All right. So so here's, right now the wild Sucromon gets one move and it's attack. So maybe later we'll add some sort of % chance where, like, if their health isn't great, then they can try to run or something. So after we attack, then I think we will want the wild Sucromon to do a move. And I think we can call this function as necessary in these other ones. So right now, we need to also wrap this in a story part. So after we've done all of our switching, then the wild Sucromon will get a move down here. Cool. And for now, let's try, I'm going to make a function called switch Sucromon. And so for now, I'm skipping the concept of like a switch screen. I'm just going to write the code for like swapping out who your active Sucromon is, and then we can always add the screen back in between later.
We do have the push and pop scene stuff. Would that help with this at all?
We have that in types.
I think there are, there's down
down here.
We have scenes. But
in the story
I worry,
extension?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worry that we have this like global state of your Sucromon, and we need to return to it. And I'm not sure how that's going to play with the scenes. Okay, so let's see. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you to the next Sucromon in the array. So I'm going to show or hide the current Sucromon, and I'm going to set should hide to true. So it's hiding your active Sucromon. And then I'm going to change what your active Sucromon is. So I'm going to set the current Sucromon. And so basically what I want to do is I want to grab the location in the array of my current Sucromon, and I'm going to increase it by 1. So I'm going to set the current Sucromon to get value at, we have an index of, right? Yes. So let's see. From my Sucromon team, I'm going to find the index of the current Sucromon, and that's like for Donutso it's 0 because Donutso is the first one, and for Coney it would be 1 being the second. And then I'm going to get the value from Sucromon team of this index plus 1. So that's the Sucromon following my current one. However, if we're at the end of the list, so say we're already on Coney, if I added 1, then I would go, off the end of this list. There's nothing there, and so the code would throw an error. So in order to fix that, what I want to do is I want to wrap around to the beginning. So if I go to math and I grab this remainder block, what I can do is get the remainder of this number divided by the length of my current team. Length of Sucromon team. And that just ensures that I'll never go over the length of the team. I'll always, once I get to like 3, it'll wrap back around to 0, 1. Okay, so and I put this inside here. So so now that it's not disabled, let's look at this expression again. So I'm setting my current Sucromon to the index of the current one plus 1, and then the remainder of that divided by the length of the Sucromon team from the Sucromon team array. So let's try this and see if it works. Oh, and the other thing I have to do is I have to show or hide our new Sucromon. So once I've hidden our current one, I'm going to update the current Sucromon and show the new one. And I need to call this. So instead of doing this, I'm going to call switch Sucromon. Yes. Cool. So the position is wrong, but you can see I can switch back and forth between Coney and Donutso, and each time I switch, the enemy gets an attack on me. So there's, you have to strategize about when to switch. The other thing to do is I'm going to match the positions. So I'm going to set current Sucromon position to, and then I guess I'll just save them up here in variables again.
You could. It seems like, it's always going to be the same position. So how do you position the Sucromon in the very beginning of the game? I wonder if we could just reuse that logic.
I think those are just numbers. So it'd be good to just save those, yeah.
30, 20. Yeah, maybe I'll put them in variables up here as like the battle position. And then oh, I deleted something. Let's try battle position X, battle position Y. Cool. And we're going to set these. So battle position X, battle position Y. X is 30, Y is 20. And then if I right click, I can grab a get block and duplicate that. Cool. So then down here, when I switch Sucromon, I'm also going to do the same thing. I'm going to set the X to the battle position, because now we're battling with this active Sucromon, and the Y to this battle position Y. Cool. All right. So, the label. And
we had the function too.
Oh, we have a move Sucromon function. Perfect. I should be calling that instead of manually setting it. So I'm going to move current Sucromon to the X and the Y. And if we go to where this move Sucromon function is, cool. It moves the Sucromon, and then it also moves the label attached to the Sucromon. So it just sort of keeps everything together. Cool. So now if I switch, there we go. Averaging both.
We're getting like Shannon.
Oh wait, no. Okay, Coney is better at fighting.
Yeah.
It's the little point at the end of the cone.
It's sharp.
Cool. So I think maybe we have time for like one more thing if people have preferences for what thing we should do, like a small thing.
We could do like the fighting logic, like when it's 0, then something happens.
When
HP is 0, like maybe after, like each move we have to see like what's going on with battle.
That's true. Yeah. So I can do, yeah, let's do that inside this fight. So after, I guess we want to do it after each move. So after the wild Sucromon move, we'll want to check, and then after our moves as well, we'll want to check. So I'm going to make another function that is battle. And then I'll bring it down here where all of our fighting logic is. And this is just going to say, I think they shouldn't ever be 0 at the same time because it's turns. So it doesn't really matter what order I check in. But if, and I'm just going to check the value of the status bar, which is the, you know, the health that is being stored. So I need to grab this, and I need to grab an equals. And Joey, do status bars go negative?
Yeah, there's an option to make it, but by default that it should be constrained.
Perfect. So I'm going to say if the status bar health attached to my current Sucromon, so that's my active Sucromon, equals 0. And otherwise, if the wild Sucromon, so the other Sucromon, equals 0, then we're going to do some stuff. So if the wild Sucromon is 0, then I think the battle is over. So I'm going to set battle menu is open to false, and then presumably you get some XP. I don't think we have XP yet, the concept of XP. All right. So I'm going to instead just leave a comment here for what we want to do, which is add XP, return to world, right? Go back to where we're exploring. Cool. And if our Sucromon hits 0, then by default we should try to switch to our next one, right? So I'm going to check to see if we have, I guess we should have a concept of like whether this Sucromon has health left on our team, right? We could just check it. So in our switch Sucromon function, we could, let's see. Or maybe it should be here. All right, so we're hiding our Sucromon.
Should we just loop through all of our team and then try to switch and then check to see their like health?
Yeah, so I think maybe we do need some kind of, I guess, okay, so the thing we can do here is we can switch to, we can grab the next Sucromon, check their health, and if they do have health, then we want to switch.
Right.
The thing. And then inside our end battle function, we'll just go through all of them and see if any of them have health, I guess. Unless someone has alternate options. so here's our next Sucromon. And or
I guess we want to loop through all of them, right?
You
so
yeah.
You could have a function that is, get next healthy Sucromon or something with return values. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah. I don't know if we eventually do want like a screen though or something for switching. Let's here. I think I can do the equivalent of that function, but inside this. Let me see if.
So we'll need a while loop, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You could do a for index loop and just go from 0 to length -1, and then just use that as offsets.
Yeah, that's true.
You could also, so if you did a while loop and then just check to see if next Sucromon is equal to current Sucromon, in that case, bail, because you've looped. Many ways to solve.
Yeah, I don't want to make this too. I'm worried that if we put too much logic in this, like auto increment to next, and then we do end up doing like a switch screen, then this is all like not useful.
Yeah. Could we switch this to be two different functions and have one be set Sucromon that takes an index and turns it on, and then change the logic for switch Sucromon to just be the iteration and picking the next one automatically?
Yeah, cool. I think that's a good idea. I think that's in the family of what Daryl was saying about moving it to a separate function. So cool. All right. So this will be set current Sucromon, and it's going to take in an index, which is whatever the Sucromon is, and I'm going to move most of this logic to here. All right. So inside this, we take the index of which Sucromon we're trying to set active. We hide the current one. We update the current one to be this new one. Sucromon team get value at this index. We move it to the right position, and we show it. And then inside switch Sucromon, we're going to call this function, set current Sucromon, and we're going to call it with this big, remainder thing that we calculated. So this should be the same behavior as last time. Perfect. And then in here then, we want to find the index of the next Sucromon that does have health. So let's see. I have this next Sucromon variable that I made and didn't use. I'm going to set it to this, and while do we have the option to bail out of while loops? I thought.
Could we just return?
I think that's only an option if we have a specific target flag on.
Yeah,
we have a
that's
target
fair.
flag that adds break and continue.
We could have it as part of the condition, though, couldn't we?
We can have if next Sucromon equals this Sucromon, or this Sucromon or next Sucromon has 0 health, and then just check after that in an if next Sucromon does not equal this Sucromon, switch.
Yes.
Kind of gross. I wish we had break and continue on.
Okay. I'm going to table this for now. In here,
Sure.
I'm going to call. I'm just gonna. So for now, what I'm doing is I'm pretending that all of our Sucromon will always have health, which is not going to be true. But I'm just gonna do this to see if. All right. So we have this check battle end. If our current Sucromon's health goes to 0, we're going to switch just to our next one, whatever it is. And if the enemy's health is 0, then we, close the battle menu and we do some of our other like big game stuff. And then, so after the wild Sucromon does the move, we want to check to see if the battle is over. And after we do a move, we also want to check. Cool. So I think that those are the places right now. Check battle end.
Can we try to switch again? I might have missed it, but it didn't look like we... Okay, no, it did. Okay.
Oh.
I thought some of the code got moved around at the end there, but I was wrong.
Oh,
perfect.
I moved out this index, but we're not really doing anything in between right there. Okay, so if I fight, I think nothing will happen.
Our team.
So, did not so. Oh. Okay, so it looks like it is automatically switching me. It also looks like each time it animates, it gets slightly further off screen.
I believe that.
Slowly trying to leave the battle.
Animation time.
So I think I know the SVG string we could use, but I don't know if we want maybe another stream.
Yeah. I mean, we have...
Yeah.
I think we can do our outros now if we want.
Yeah, I think we're about out of time. So just a very quick overview, I guess. We added functions for each of these. We added a fight function that animates Sucromon and reduces the health, and we added some code to switch that loops over your current team of Sucromon. So yeah, tune in tomorrow for more Sucromon. I'm Shannon. I'm at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Daryl at Darzu on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Joey at JWonderl on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Vivian. I love Cheerful on the MakeCode forums.